to the roof of the net by Reijnders. City very comfortable at the moment. They lead West Ham by 2-0. Okay, let's go back to the studio and we can hear from Kel.
Welcome back to Matchday Live. It is half-time at the Etihad Stadium. It's Manchester City 2, West Ham 0. I've got Alex and Shaun alongside me in the studio. Thanks for joining us. Did we enjoy that, Alex?
Yes, we enjoyed it. We really did enjoy it.
It was a great atmosphere here in the stadium. What was your take on that first half?
It's the last game
Before Christmas.
before Christmas, and the intensity was big, and the passing in the small spaces. Yeah, because like that second goal.
Yeah.
Turkey got it, didn't he?
Yeah.
And when he passed it around, Reijnders goal.
Stunning goal. I mean, very intricate as well, like you say there, Alex. Shaun, what was your take on those first 45 minutes? You wanted a quick start. The first 20 minutes were key. Couldn't have asked for a better start than that, could you?
Yeah, I mean, it was exactly what we wanted, you know, a good start, early start, out the blocks. I actually thought we'd have scored a second one a bit quicker. But in saying that, the second one did come in time because we didn't want to go in with 1-0, so going in with 2-0 is a lot better. But I'm just really enjoying when I'm looking at the intricacy of the passing of the midfielders. Turkey, I'm loving him more and more because he's got these little bits of skill he brings out. He looks as though he's like he's almost in first gear in how he plays the game, but his mind is in fifth gear, as in he's seen things really quick. But when the ball comes to him, he's just really calm on the ball, but he's 2 and 3 steps ahead. So it's a real joy watching him bring out 1 or 2 little flicks and stuff. But I think certainly Pep will be, listen, we need to get a third goal, put the game to bed, and then you can bring out a little bit more of that if you want. But it's about making sure we get the result.
The other thing we mentioned as well before the game was obviously wanting to keep that clean sheet. Now, West Ham haven't tested too much, but it does really feel we've been very good defensively.
Yeah, well, like Bowen and Paqueta, they're good, aren't they?
Yeah.
So they've got that intensity, but they're keeping the clean sheet, aren't they? So
they're keeping the clean sheet so far. Obviously, Diaz and Gavardio playing that. You spoke about Nico O'Reilly. He's having such a good game.
My God, he's smashing it. Like he's not letting them pass. Yeah.
Nah, not at all. Talk through the first goal then, John. It came fairly quickly as well.
Yeah.
And who else but the big man Erling Haaland?
Yeah, this is really. I mean, if you're a centre forward, sometimes it's not about moving into the space. Sometimes you're already in the space. But Foden does really well because Foden he makes a dart and run, receives it inside, and he's passed. The defenders are running back towards the goal line, and the defenders are thinking the important space is what's behind them. But every good striker knows sometimes the space is actually where you are. And he actually just stands still. He stands still because the defenders are running back. Foden finds him in that space, in that corridor space. And his side foot obviously catches it really well. Keeper pulls off a good save, comes back to him, and then he finishes it. But what's really great about the goal is the fact that he's not trying to run behind them, the defenders. He's actually slowing up to stand still, because that's where the space is.
That creates it, yeah.
That creates it, because they're still jogging back. And that is top-class centre forward when there isn't space, knowing that the space is actually where you stood.
Yeah.
So I love watching that goal because it was absolutely brilliant.
The other thing I liked about it as well was, as you say, it was a beautiful pass from Foden, but he takes the first shot with his left foot and then finishes with it right.
Yeah.
So he uses both feet as well, which
Both.
I mean, what we think we're now seeing as well, I mean, more and more, it's so good, isn't it, Alex, to have, players that can play both sides.
Yeah.
Turkey being, probably the best at it. Who have you enjoyed watching most in that first half out of our intricate players?
Well, to be fair, Bernardo, he kept just driving up, and he keeps the ball until they foul him, until they bring him down, like what Grealish used to do.
Yeah.
And he just drives it up until they hit the legs. And
That's it. But and also as well, the energy that he brings as well, I always think is so good.
Like we were speaking about his energy, like little Portuguese. Yeah, he loves it. Yeah, it's sick.
On to the second goal, and as you said, it was some beautiful intricate play, but that pass in between, it was Foden or Turkey Reijnders and Haaland with the flick there as well involved again, Shaun.
Yeah, it's such beautiful play, and Turkey, my eyes just get drawn to him because, again, he's 4 and 5 steps ahead. He knows the player's going to run in behind. He slides it in. The ball gets flashed across as Reijnders is making that run in. It's just really great timing of play. Players on the next level. It's just really great play, but. I've got Turkey for player of the match already because he's just done some things and I've just went, wow.
Yeah.
And he looks like he's in the playground. That's what it looks like.
And that fast passing, that tiki-taka basically in the small spaces is very cool.
Well, and also for the fans means that that gets us on our feet. You can feel that in the stadium, can't you, Alex?
Oh yeah, I was speaking with Braden and he was like, it's so exciting watching it. It's fresh.
It really is. I mean, I'm just thinking of a move that Turkey done. You know, from a coaching perspective, they say, well, can you go around the team? If you can't go around the team, can you go through, play through? If you can't play through, go over. Where Turkey receives the ball out on the right-hand side, the guy comes, he squeezes off an angle, but then comes center. So he really shut that off all his angles. He just flicks the ball up, lobs it over him into, I think it was Foden, who turns and goes forward. And I just went, wow. He's just so ahead. He's just like, you cut that one off, but you haven't cut this one off. And finds a way, finds a solution.
He's enjoying it as well.
Well, actually, you can see they're all enjoying it. And I think that's why we're seeing the best out of Phil Foden as well. They all seem to be playing for each other.
I do want to see Phil play like a bit more in the game.
Yeah.
But it's cool. Turkey's the star.
I think it looks as though Foden, because they normally play a lot close together, but it looks as though Foden seems to be staying a little bit more on the left-hand side. Because normally they come over and they have these little intricate plays, but Foden seems to be staying a little bit more on the left-hand side at times. He is coming across, but he's not over on the right-hand side as much as we've seen him in previous games. So that could be part of it as well. And he's been patient knowing that the ball will come from the right side and then eventually come over to his side.
Let's see what our commentary team made of that first half. Alistair Mann's been guiding us through as he does every game, and he's been alongside Andy Morrison.
Yeah, thanks, Kel. Myself and Andy on commentary duty this afternoon. Andy, 2-0, fair reflection of what we've seen.
Yeah, I'm guessing opportunities. We've seen that we had 4 big chances, Ali, and we're taking 2 of them. So, it's not a bad end product. But, they're there for the taking, and early on, the first couple of minutes, it was so easy to open them up. Once we got that first goal, and then the reaction after the goal, but then it began to die away. And I think we bring that on ourselves a little bit, Ali, with when we start playing too slow. It's a killer instinct, and it's an understanding that we can put this game to bed, and it just lacks there a little bit. And then we allow the teams to feel their way into it. Every time we win the ball, if we move it quick, I think we can get to their back four and create an opportunity to score. But we don't ask enough questions.
Who for you has been the outstanding performer so far?
Well, across the board, everybody's kept the ball well, and but obviously Turkey at these moments of brilliance. When every time a wide man in our against us, we have the ball, they're always doubled up, and they're not doubling up. They're leaving the young lad exposed, the young left back, and then Nunes running off, and then if there's been little back heels, little flicks, and then his moment of brilliance for the second goal. I mean, and it is magic. It is fantastic to see. You're going to be frustrated as a manager because you'll try things when perhaps he shouldn't. But you can't take that away. He's a maverick. He has a special talent that can open up the opposition, and we've got to allow him and let him be free to do that in the right areas.
If I'm being pessimistic, what should I be concerned about in the second half?
I can't find anything to be positive about West Ham, Ali. It's a really tough talk for the manager at half-time because there's just nothing there. I think it's the first time we've seen 0-0-0 unexpected goals. So, it's very, very tough. And does he try and look to the next game? Does he shut this game up now and not go 3-4-5? It's a big ask because this is the poorest team, Ali, that I've seen. I know they've got injuries. I know this is the poorest team I've seen in maybe 3 or 4 years that have come here. And the only disappointment is that we're not 4 or 5-0 up at this point.
Just one quick thought before we go. If they can win this game and go top, and Arsenal away at Everton, just tell us about the psychological impact of having reeled Arsenal in from that 8-point lead.
Well, it asks questions of Arsenal and it asks questions that they haven't had the answers to over the last few years. They've come close, but there's always that doubt until you've actually climbed the mountain, until you get the view. You're always thinking, what does it look like? And that's what will happen tonight going into the game. They'll know that, going in towards the latter part of the season and towards New Year, when it looks like they were running away at certain times, and it's a big psychological advantage for us to go tonight into that and then see how good they are against Everton.
Okay, the thoughts there of Andy Morrison. Join us, of course, for second half commentary. Make sure you've downloaded the City app for that. But for now, let's go back to Kel.
So here is the Premier League table as it stands now. Remember, Arsenal still have to play. They are playing this evening. They go to Goodison Park. It's an 8 p.m. kickoff. That's a huge game, isn't it, Alex?
Yeah, but Grealish is injured.
Grealish is injured, I know.
So it's a bit
Do us a
annoying,
favour,
but-
eh?
Yeah.
Also annoying as well, they've lost Ndai to the African Cup of Nations as well, who's been a huge player for them.
Yeah.
Looking at that table, Shaun, obviously it's still very tight. Obviously keeping the win today puts a little bit of psychological pressure on Arsenal, but I just want to take a moment just to speak about Aston Villa. By the way, as well, Newcastle were 2-0 up. Chelsea brought it back to make it 2-2, so they only got a point, which keeps them in that second half of the table, but and keeps Chelsea there in fourth. But Aston Villa have been great, Shaun.
Yes, they have, and they're probably liking where they are in terms of, just coming up on the blind side. People in the game will be aware of them, but they'll be happy to be just cruising where they are. Unai Emery has got them playing some really good football. Got belief in themselves, and they're a very difficult team to play against. And certainly we found that in the last year or two when we play against them, that how good Villa are. So they'll be quietly confident in what they're doing. But do they truly have the belief that they can push to the end? I don't know. I think they're just happy to be there and not be talked about in the same breath as Arsenal and City in terms of really going for the title.
Do you think as well, Alex, and for you both, but we've seen Manchester City go on these big runs that we put together. Do you think the Arsenal team will be thinking about that and it puts a bit more pressure on them a little bit?
Well, yeah, but the thing is, like, anything can happen. Like, it's mental, like we are having this great run at the minute, which is going to put pressure on Arsenal because they've got to do the best. But yeah, anything can happen. We've seen in the past that the season can change like this.
Yeah,
so.
literally. Well, if you think as well, at one point Arsenal were nearly running away with it, like you say, and then before you know it, we're within 2 points. And they were so lucky against Wolves as well with the 2 own goals. And you've got to see there, Shaun, if Everton, it's crazy how tight that middle of the table is, because if Everton win, they go on 27 points, which is up where like Sunderland are in 5th, 6th. So they're all pushing to try and get these Europe places. If you look, it's so close. I mean, there is only, obviously, Aston Villa 33 a bit ahead, but only 5 points separates 10th and 4th.
Yeah.
All to play for, and I think this is what's really motivating. Again, all the teams that 10th, 9th, they're all thinking if we can put together 2 or 3 wins, then we start to become in that conversation. And there's nothing really better than momentum in the game, because once you got momentum, you got a lot of belief. Players look at each other and go, right, let's do it again. Let's do it again today.
I think it's quite a special season this year because you never know what's going to happen. Like, you've seen like Bournemouth and Sunderland absolutely do bits, so it's like you never know what's going to happen. No, it's so close as well.
And it feels like this is the most actually probably the closest and most exciting we've had
Which
so far.
is fun though, because that's football, isn't it? It's great.
That's what you want. Well, listen, thank you, Al. Thank you, Shaun. The players are in the tunnel. Here's some final instructions coming from Pep Guardiola. Gosh, it'd be good if we could have a little microphone there, wouldn't it, to hear what he's listening to? Cameron's really tried to find him there. Well, listen, me, Shaun, Alex will be back at full time. It is Manchester City 2, West Ham 0.
Come on, City.
Thank you, Kel. Well, West Ham are out. City are just about to join them. City, at the moment, as it stands, are going to the top of the Premier League table, and the only way that they won't be top on Christmas Day, if they hold on and win this game, is if Arsenal win away at Everton, which is an 8 o'clock kick-off tonight.